influencer marketing trend.
Influencer marketing.
Influencer marketing.
Influencer marketing.
Hi everyone, I'm so excited for today's episode, not only because it's our first, but we have someone very special and dear to me. I'm talking about Pranavi Vyas, who's a senior group head at Social Teams. Today, we are going to talk about a lot of things that probably you didn't even know in an agency, that how a specific influencer marketing agency works. We are going to talk about the highs, the lows, that what's her daily routine, what and how does her team works. I'm very excited, so let's get started.
Hi Shikha, thanks for having me here. Um, I'm so happy that you started this with me. Like it's so great. Yeah, but let's have fun conversation.
So, Pranavi, what exactly do you do?
I'm a group head for Social Tweeps. My role here literally very fastly grew. Like it was very rapidly that I was here. Didn't expect so, but yeah. What I do is I take care of end-to-end execution and servicing for all the clients across Social Tweeps.
So, what do you exactly mean by servicing?
Interesting. So servicing is every it begins and it initiates from consulting or giving your client a direction of what they need to do to executing the campaign to getting the reporting done for them, and then of course going back to them discussing on how the campaign did for them, and like what are the ROIs and how it's turned out for them. So everything like from the scratch to like completing and to reporting is I think part of servicing.
Nice, that sounds interesting. What kind of people do you usually work with?
Um, I'll be very fair to this question. A lot of time people think it's as simple as like brand and agency that is involved, which I'll tell you it's not true. A lot of people are involved, making a campaign, getting it executed. It all starts with brand agency, which is like our Social Tweeps. Of course, the creator, because that's where they want to work. Agent, like the creator that they want to work with, the middleman and or agency that represents the creator, plus I think the production team, the creative team that gets like script in place and all of all of your creative ideas. So yeah, all in all, a lot of people for one campaign. A lot.
Oh, yeah, there
And the finance team, let's not forget them.
Yeah, the one who gets and gives money.
Exactly.
Cool. So, also, I want to ask about your career. Like, what kind of brands did you work with when you got started versus now when you're working?
Um, I was just to like give a little bit of background to me. Client servicing has always been my career, though I have worked across various industries. So I have done a little bit of events, I've done a little bit of digital marketing, I've done a little bit of loyalty marketing, and then I landed to influencer marketing. While I say I landed here, in the beginning I have got chance to work with smaller brands, smaller accounts, and then eventually I grew up, and right now I work with leading brands, agencies. I would say uh, if you like really want me to name it, it's like Samsung. There is Marico have like a huge portfolio for Marico. Then there comes in maybe MG, like and I did Dubai tourism, which was a very 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 important and nice experience for me. So yeah, all of it, various across. I think everybody in the industry right now is doing influencer marketing. Everybody wants to explore influencer marketing, and yeah, I worked across most of them. I was lucky enough.
So, what's the difference between when you got started versus now? Like, how is the growth? What do you see the difference?
When I started, which is I think early after just like lockdown, because I think that's when this entire industry boomed, and though there was this industry like was there, but I think lockdown made it very prominent.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the industry.
Especially thanks to Netflix Hotstar.
I agree to it. Instagram, I think, has taken this entire industry to another level.
Yeah.
While I understand that YouTube always existed, and there was always there, like you were sort of you saw
You always saw
creators.
collaborations, yeah.
Collaboration.
What kind of brand campaigns did you work then when you got started versus now?
Interesting. So when I got started, I did work with bigger brands, right? Let's say like I worked with a lot of food bloggers for Swiggy or Zomato campaigns, wherein I personally worked with Urban Company. They did a great Diwali campaign for their home salon, especially because it was after COVID, like, to show that how safety comes first for them, and they did that really great campaign. But now what I've seen is that though I'm still lucky, or I would say I would still get to work with a lot of big brands, or major brands of the industry, like small startups plus our homegrown brands have also got into influencer marketing. So I think very basic awareness for the local brand. I think they use Instagram, and they use influencer marketing as a way to communicate that what they have.
Versus now, before a lot of brands didn't do influencer marketing, versus now a lot of brands and people
That's
know
correct.
that what
It's
influencer
important.
marketing, yeah.
Plus, I think everybody's already heard this, and we all are aware of it. It, of course, reaches out to the correct and the target audience that you want to. This awareness, I think, got this entire, the smaller or the startup companies to also get into influencer marketing.
Yeah, I usually call influencer marketing is new digital marketing. So
Yeah.
So
I agree.
yeah, that's actually a good phase I read somewhere.
Right.
So, do you think that influencer marketing is only for the younger generation?
See, while I will say that it's easy to connect, the younger generation may understand this better, I don't think that's the truth of life. I think even the older generation, or I would say comparatively millennials who are almost getting old, can connect and can be part of this.
So I do remember training one person who is a mother, and since she took like good 4 to 5 years ka break and she didn't knew what to do, so we pulled her in, we trained her, and within just 6 months she was leading campaign, she was talking to brands, she was only because she was so much of people person. She used to love socializing, she used to love talking to influencers, exploring new things in her life. So yeah, I feel the same. It's not only for younger generations though. What kind of background do your team members have? Are they only from commerce or marketing background, or how is it?
No, in fact, to my, I would say, surprise, a lot of people came across from various backgrounds. There is people from science and people from literally far away from marketing kind of, people. Of course, there are majorly like a lot of people who've done commerce and have landed in this industry. But I see a mix of all of them. I mean, there's no arts. We should not forget arts. I think we always do, but we should.
Oh God, I do remember us together working with a lawyer who was just done with law and didn't wanted to, and then switched to influencer marketing. Yeah, also someone from engineering background.
That's what I'm saying. I think everything, science, arts, commerce, it's not restricted to one particular stream. Yeah.
So how well are they performing?
How well they are performing, I think they are really learning fast. Okay, I think irrespective of what stream they come across from, they pick up. But I mean, there was this wish. I mean, I know you always wish more, but I think there was this wish that I had. If they had basic knowledge and the basic how and do's and don'ts and like what to do kind of a knowledge prior to like they're entering into this, it would be easier for them, would be easier for us, would be easier for our brands and our clients, so that because they will be aware of what they want to do and what they are expecting on a job. So I think if there was something where we could just train these people, and it would be helping hand for everybody involved.
Especially now when it's an organized industry. Pehle to it was completely unorganized. No one knew. They were just doing. They were connecting to bloggers, talking. Now influencers.
Yeah,
So,
like we like I think both of us started when we manually went and found
Oh God, those days.
yeah, like right, like Instagram and YouTube, and like we literally search, like Google search, and now we have tools, and now like literally there's so many agencies who've come up with so much better technology to get this. But imagine how cool it would be when this guys, this young or like we said, the old generation who are entering this industry are aware of these tools, are they know how to use these tools, or at least know that there's a platform and there's a lot of science and technology going behind this industry, because this industry is growing.
So tell me, what has been your journey to group head from maybe an internship to here? What all have you experienced? Where did you work, and how was it working there?
Correct. So I will try, not telling you the agencies. It's a long list.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to name them, of course. But yeah, as my journey from intern to where I am right now, I have learned a lot, right? I have, my journey has become, it's only becoming, actually, not even become, it's only becoming exciting every day that passes by. Like we are discussing, the industry is growing so much, and it's so new, there's so many new challenges that you see every day in every single campaign. I think personally at Social Review, we've almost done 175 campaigns now in a year and a half or so.
That's so cool.
Yeah, and I think all 175 was so different from each other. Shikha, I know like a few of them, sort of you were part, a few of them I led, and right now that I see all this campaigns happening, there's so much to learn. So yeah, I think my journey is constant learning, that I would sum up your question. I mean, sum up this answer to.
So did you ever wish that you had a course back then telling you about in and out about this industry?
I would have loved it. I would genuinely, it's not just because, I'm here and we're discussing this, I'm saying this. I would have loved it. In fact, I'm a person, and I think a lot of people out there are kind of people who would like to have, your basic foundation clear. So, like I was mentioning, that my career has been from events to digital marketing to, I did a digital marketing course too, because that was available in the market, right?
Correct.
So if I knew before joining or getting into this industry that something is going to help me to to do better, and to, of course, up my game, why not? I would have loved that.
So how important is it to have well-trained people working with you in the team?
um I think, see, I know while we say people don't learn, you need to teach them, right?
Yeah.
They've not come all prepared and all ready for this. But I think a well-trained person, or at least if there is this kind of a course or some training program that you can actually, opt for, it will really help to serve better. See, at the end of the day, our industry is service industry, right? So serving your client with the best possible outcome is all we all, I think, aim for. तो या आई थिंक अगर आपने सीखा है, आपको एटलीस्ट बेसिक्स आता है, यू नो कि नहीं यार, मतलब you're confident, because I think a confidence is, see, at the end of the day, I think marketing is all about talking. That's what we are doing here, and that's what everybody does. And I think everybody can talk, but what do you need to speak? If you have that beforehand, I think it will really help people a lot. So I think a well-trained employee, or I would say teammate, would be a better resource for everybody. Also, the other thing that comes to my mind is if accounting, like, it's as simple as that. Basics of accounts. You at least try not to make the errors that's going to cost you, right? We are in an industry where it's marketing, and everything is like, not all PR is good. It's not. There are times where there are serious serious mistakes or errors that we make, which do cost us, and it is expensive at times. The agent, and see, while we understand that the our bosses and our superiors are quite kind enough to take the hit, but it's not fair for them to, for the organization to take the hit again and again. So I think, if such training, such well-trained employee can avoid those errors and not have a cost, expensive cost, a hit that a brand, I mean the agency needs to take, I think it's a plus to the idea.
So for someone who's planning to step into this industry, what suggestion, what tips do you have, or what message do you have for them?
I personally feel that I'll say three things. A, you got to be confident, right? And B, you need to know your shit, if I can say that. I don't know, but yeah, okay. You do need to have a basic understanding of what you want to do, where you want to go, and what you're doing and what you're getting into, which I think you are going to play an
The cost
important,
covers you anyway.
the important
Yeah.
role for that. So yeah, just be confident, know what you want to do, and there you get it.
So, for someone who's entering into this industry now, today, what kind of growth can they expect in their career?
Very interesting. So, like I said, कि while you look at the outside, no, it seems as simple as agency mein job hai. It's not like that. Influencer marketing has various niche, right? So once you get in, right, you learn everything from the scratch. Plus, of course, you explore a lot. While you are exploring, you get to know, okay, there is a creative team, there is a finance team, there is a production team, and production is very important.
Yeah.
So yeah, the production
sure.
team, yeah, you face the clients, you can face the creators, because creator uh, coordination is as important as, you know, the brand coordination. What I would like to, like, just, you know, put a disclaimer kind of thing here is, um our you know, our creators, like, this is the industry where you're not selling a service, right? It's not digital ad. Our Google, like, you know, you're not running Google ads, you're not
Yeah.
paying money to Google and, you know, just displaying your ads, right? You are actually selling a creator, like a, you're making a deal on behalf of a human, and a human do have their own set of issues, okay, a set of tantrums, a set of, like, good people coordinating really nicely with us. So all of that, right? So yeah, so then do you want to get into that phase and, you know, deal only with the creators, or you are, like, you know, like, only good enough or confident, or would want to face the brands? So yeah, you pick up your niche, explore, then you know, first you explore everything, then you pick up your niche, and then you sort of, like, you know, go ahead and choose where you want to go and where you want to grow. So yeah, lot of opportunities, lot of ways to explore where.
Say, for example, a person just graduated. What does the hiring process usually looks like at Social Tweets or probably any other agency?
So yeah, go apply there. Once you apply, once you are, like, you know, the same process, the traditional thing where your HR calls you, you have first round of, like, basic, how do you fit in, not fit in, experience, not experience kind of a question. Then you come down for the interview, have the second round where I think you speak to the managers mostly, like, at least I'll speak about social teams. Yeah, mostly you talk to the manager, you find fit, like, you are a good fit to go about, like, and you're shortlisted. You go for the final round, speak to maybe the founders, co-founders, or HR head, depending on how the processes are for different organizations. And yeah, there you go, you get the job.
So, how about assignments? Do you give assignments to all of them?
Um, Now, it also again depends on what kind of what role you are applying for. If you're a fresher, there's not a lot sense to give assignments. How, like, for the internship part. However, if you're little experienced, you know the industry a little bit, or you've worked here, then yeah, we would love to see in writing what you know about.
The past work. Yes. Cool. So, also, what kind of teams do you have, or usually any other agencies have, when it comes to especially influencer marketing agencies?
Like I was saying, well, to begin with, we of course have the coordinators. Like, these are the people who internally coordinate with a lot of teams to get the project through, plus of campaign through. Plus, you have, they coordinate with the outside, like, you know, the stakeholders which are not internal, external stakeholders. So when it comes to teams, there are a number of people involved. So we have creative team, we have finance team, we have production team, we have the main execution team who actually talks to all these internal stakeholders, plus the external stakeholders. And we have servicing team, which is majorly responsible to talk to the clients though. And of course, there's also hierarchy, right? Like, because there'll be a group of kids or people or fresher or interns who would be expected to do the ground level work, which is, like, maybe talking to your creators, talking to someone who's at a brand, someone who's, like, you know, at a level where they need to just explain them, like, you know, basics of the campaign. But of course, then we have, like, account managers, or we have managers who are going to overlook the entire project, who are going to overlook the entire campaign.
Basically, leader.
Leader, yeah, the leading team. And then we have group heads like us. So yeah, who overlook everything all together. And then we of course have our founders, co-founders who jump in as and when required. But yeah, I think this is the majorly hierarchy that most of the agencies and marketing agencies, influencer marketing agencies follow.
Usually, yeah.
Yeah.
I also wanted to check on if anyone is stepping in again, what kind of work culture should they expect? How is it? Is it too stressful? Is it too fun?
Uh, like hands to my heart if I have to answer that question. Of course, it is. It is interesting. I would say it is fun for sure. Fun. Matlab, the kind of people you get to work with, both at creators and brands, and it's really amazing because see the brand that coordinates with you is from marketing team. All the marketing brand managers are the managers who speak to you, right? So they already have a lot of marketing related thought processes, like they are driven with this entire attitude of what they need, like the ROI, like it is right there. So yeah, you deal with such people, and then you deal with the creators, everything from a nano creator. See, even influencer marketing, it's not limited to only the Bollywood actors or category A, or like those big influencers that
Yeah.
even the smaller influencers are the influencers where the brand wants to work with them, right? So again, you deal with a smallest of influencer to the biggest of actors, so a lot of tantrums everywhere, all the stages. But yeah, you deal with them. So yeah, it's fun. It is the learning is constant, like constant, because you deal with so many people. You know how to communicate. Your skills upgrade a lot, like a lot. But yeah, at the same time, I wouldn't lie that the campaigns are very time sensitive campaigns, right? So yeah, your availability every day is important. So be it a weekend or or a holiday, you got to like work. If I am not taking a lot of time, I have seen literally the brand managers of the biggest of brands, like let's say Coca-Cola, I would say Vivo, I would say Samsung. And when I say Samsung, and like I have met with this general manager marketing, and he still worked on a weekend, on a Sunday, he's executing the campaign with us, he's coordinating with us. So I think marketing, all in all, everyone got to work any time of the day.
I do remember working for Swiggy, and especially when there were weekend offers, we used to get activated on Wednesday and Thursday and make sure until Sunday it's getting executed. So it was not only us, of course, the other teams, influencers, so obviously are working every day, probably on weekends, especially when they have work with the content creation. It's a little crazy. But also, adding to that, I've also seen people who have just stepped in, also getting chance to work with one of the biggest brands. I do remember having one intern with you while Coca-Cola, and he had a lot of fun, especially working with top creators for Dubai Tourism, coordinating with celebrities and all. So it's kind of fun.
Yeah, I do agree. Well, it has its own perks and cons. I think if you love your job and if you love marketing, if you love the industry, I think nothing stops you to work on a Sunday also. I truly believe that.
If you
So,
have
yeah,
fun,
why not? Yeah.
every day is Sunday.
Correct.
So who spends the most? Is it big brands, well-established brands, or just a funded startup?
Um, in my personal opinion, because I've worked across both the category of people and both the category of brands, I genuinely think they all spend according to like the budgets they have. But yeah, the bigger brands do have maximum budgets, so they do end up spending more.
They know the power of
They know the
influencer
power of
marketing.
influencer marketing. I agree. I completely agree. They do. And one of the really closest to my heart brand is Coca-Cola. They do spend a lot, and they do really amazing campaigns. You see all this the one of the favorite, I think, influencer, we both love him, Viraj Ghelani. And
Oh, yeah.
the kind of content he
It was so
Coca-Cola
much
creates
fun.
with Viraj,
Yeah.
it's too good. So yeah, I think bigger brands do have power to spend more, and in my opinion, they do spend more. Yeah.
So, what do you think one should pick? Should they go directly brand side or come to an influencer marketing agency side if they want to get started with, want to work with a lot of influencers, a lot of brands? What one should pick?
Shikha, I think both of us will agree because we both come from agency background
Yeah.
and we've had a lot of fun in our career so far.
Definitely.
So yeah, I think agency for personally for me, agency side is really like fun to work. Because you're not limited to one brand. Okay, at the end of the day, there is a stagnant in, I wouldn't say growth when it comes like your career wise. Like of course you're going to get money, you're going to make salary, you're going to get your increments, which I think of course you get
Which
your
is industry standard. Yeah.
and which I think in over like in the agency as well, like you make money. But agency at least gives you option to explore. It gives you option to
Yeah.
like work with various brand. Like imagine from a tourism like a Dubai tourism to like a Samsung phone to maybe like Intel that we work with,
Yeah.
like a lot of technology. I would say like a lot of categories if I have to mention category wise. So yeah, I think agency will give you more exposure. For new people, I know there is this want of getting into brand side and having this of
Yeah,
course
the buzz.
buzz.
We
Okay,
work
you
with
work with HUL or you
yeah.
work with like
Nykaa
Coca-Cola or
Coca-Cola.
Nykaa or like anybody, Swiggy itself, like
Yeah.
but imagine like the efforts and the competition to get in, right? Wherein in the agency, you are accepted as fresher as well. You learn on job, which is good thing. But uh, with agency, you like it's so cool that because you are accepted as a fresher. Plus, the idea of having something, some course or some that value that you're just going to learn, you're going to go through that course, and you would also give add-on facility of having the basic foundation or knowledge for your job. So imagine how simpler it gets that you just like maybe spend a few months or a few couple of, I don't know how it works out, but a couple of things that you do in the course, and you're ready for a job which is going to be like landing to you. And and agencies would be happy to hire you because they want someone with at least basic foundation who, like we covered, like where they can avoid errors and they can kickstart their jobs easily.
Yeah,
So
especially how fast paced this industry is. It's
correct.
crazy.
Correct.
And it's
Yeah.
better to have someone who's well trained though. It was really fun, Pranavi, talking to you and discussing on record about this industry. Usually we do it off record and in office on phone calls. It was really fun. Thank you for coming here and thank you for giving the unfiltered tips and knowledge that you have about this industry.
Thank you, Shika, for having me here. I hope like all of this is going to help you to train people well, and then we
Yeah.
hire those trained people so that our work becomes better and our tasks are easier then. So yeah, thank you for having me here.
So those trained people are just on your way.
Yes, I hope so.
That's a wrap on this episode of the Feed. And if you loved it, hit that subscribe button and share it with someone who would love this conversation. And stay tuned for more such conversation as we have a lot of guests coming in. Thank you for watching. See you in next episode.